Hello. So I already drew two cards. We got Gaia and Uretane. And this Gaia card is talking about how she didn't have a counterpart, but she was able to get pregnant on her own. And so Mother Earth, or she gave birth to the mountains and the rivers. And then this card, Uretane, is about this goddess has been through so much that she feels like kind of broken. I honestly want to read from the book because it was just, I loved it. So vulnerability. I know sometimes it's hard to expose yourself. So much has happened in your life, but I see your essence still pulsing intact, full of love, joy, and beauty. Trust me, you're ready. It's time to reveal yourself. The spirit of the world will welcome you back. Uretane encourages us to overcome bad experiences and open ourselves up to the world again, with the hope that everything can be better this time. She says we must move away from the feeling that something is left behind, that we are less than before. The opposite is true. We are more because we walk towards our true selves. So, you might really be struggling with loneliness for this to come out. And, she had to birth mountains on her own. And this woman has been through so much that she's scared to even expose herself into the world. And so I feel like Spirit's just really acknowledging how much pain you went through. Oh my goodness, I didn't realize how dry my mouth was. I can barely talk. But Spirit's saying that you're just not seeing yourself correctly. So they're wanting to remind you of how strong you really are. And that even though your life has been so hard, you've been through a lot of trauma, a lot of betrayals, just hard times. And this has actually brought you your power. So don't see it as a weakness or that you're less or that life has broken you down. It's actually made you stronger, and you actually have more to offer from it. And your solitude is your strength too at this time. So you might be feeling that need for comfort, that loneliness, but Spirit's really asking you to just stay strong. Everything in your life has prepared you for this. So, and then we have Harmonia. And I want to look at what this card is about too. I can't remember. This is a new deck. Balance. Your spirit carries a very special equilibrium. It is your most important instrument in the search for wholeness. Use it to balance your emotion. Avoid the excess that blinds. Know how to soothe the lack that bothers. Yeah. So you might be very lonely. Maybe you're suffering from PTSD, even CPTSD. There's a sweet spot that you should always aim for. This is the state of completeness that your soul needs. Yeah, so they're really asking you to not go into extremes right now. Maybe a lot of your life has been ups and downs, a lot of extreme moments, there's trauma. Spirit's wanting you to know that things are going to be different this time, and you can feel that. Maybe you went through another awakening, or had a revelation recently, but you've grown from all these hardships, and you're ready for this next stage, and it's going to be different than it ever has before. Spirit really wants you to know that. I'm going to pull another card. And we have surrender to the sweetness, Venus energy, pleasure, joy, make love to life. Yeah, Spirit's really wanting you to not get stuck in the past right now. Because this was all just to build your character and strength and show you who you really are. And part of your soul just really needed to know that you had grit and that you could, push through these storms alone. And now you're going to start entering into a flow state. That's what these awakenings, breakdowns were for. To show you what wasn't working, what you couldn't sustain anymore. Because even though you've had such a hard life and such hard lessons, and you may carry a very potent, intense, heavy energy that can be really hard to alchemize sometimes. But that wasn't your only purpose. That was like the initiation. And now you're gonna be able to step into more flow, more ease, the sweetness. So Spirit's really wanting you to prepare yourself for that. Expect that. Okay, even though your life has been the opposite so far, we all have to, like every seed, it has to start in the dark. So don't think that this is a repeating pattern. This is a new beginning for you. And we got the 7 star sisters. Birthing creations, tapestry of life, expression. Yeah. So you might be connected to the Pleiades constellation. They may be guiding you at this time. But Spirit's wanting you to channel this darkness within, all this pent up energy that you've had to alchemize. It's kind of just sitting there, all this wisdom, all this experience, and they're wanting you to express it because it's going to help others, and we all need each other. All of us that are going on this journey, of ascension, enlightenment, it can be really lonely, really heavy. People like to glorify the spiritual journey, but it's very hard. It says, forge, don't follow, pave a new path. Be the leader you wish you had. Yeah, exactly. So show up for yourself in the way that no one has. You may be a very lonely soul. Maybe you've been alone your whole life, even when you're with your family, you just never fit in, maybe you were bullied or just had a really traumatic childhood. So they're saying that, look at this, that's what I was talking about. You're coming out of this, darkness, feeling like you're just wandering through the dark alone forever, and you're wondering if this is ever gonna end. Is this just my purpose, just pain?